Hey guys, it's Daryl, Louisiana Simple Living. If you watch my Louisiana Simple Living channel, you know I always remind you to make memories now, not later, with your family and friends. So with that in mind, Aaron and I went on a short weekend trip to make memories and explore some of the culture and the beautiful places throughout South Louisiana. So the main attraction that we wanted to see on this particular trip was to go to the Tabasco Factory on Avery Island. I had never been. Aaron, it was pretty small when she went, so it'd be a nice place to go check out, and all the other surrounding attractions. If you haven't yet, please feel free to subscribe and like the video and share it if you'd like. So we decided to stay in Youngsville, Louisiana at a very nice bed and breakfast called the Louisiana Cajun Mansion B&B. On the way down on Friday, we made a couple of stops. So first we stopped at the Longfellow-Evangeline State Historic Site in St. Martinville. Not a lot there, but as a history buff, I really enjoyed checking this place out. The Longfellow site basically just provides some good historical context around the diversity of indigenous people in the area, as well as the Acadians who came from Canada and kind of formed the Acadian culture in South Louisiana. Now, after leaving the Longfellow-Evangeline State Historic Site, we were passing through St. Martinville on our way to Fausse Pointe State Park. So we came upon this beautiful church in St. Martinville, turned around so we could catch a little video of it. So the St. Martin de Tours Church is one of the oldest Catholic churches in America and the third oldest in Louisiana. And it was founded in 1765 by a group of those Acadian exiles that we talked about who came and settled in this area. And if you're not from Louisiana, you may notice that all the caskets are above ground. And that's because of the water level, the water table. There's water typically just a few feet below ground, so we have to do it that way here in Louisiana. All right, our next stop on our trip was to run by the Fausse Pointe State Park. We've never been there. It's about a 6,000-acre site on the Chaffalat Basin. It's got all kind of activities, got cabins, things of that nature. We decided we'd just go by there, check it out, and do a little nature walk. And I'll tell you, the mosquitoes were out. They almost carried us away. Nevertheless, we got some exercise. Our last stop of the night was over at the Louisiana Cajun Mansion Bed and Breakfast. And that's in Youngsville. We stayed in the lanyard room, which was really nice. Yeah, it's a gated property, got sugar cane across the street, and they even have glamping, which is, I think, tents with air conditioners. Crazy. And there is so much to do in this area, so I would imagine we'll definitely be back to the Louisiana Cajun Mansion B&B. So on Saturday, after a full-course breakfast at the B&B attraction, which was the Tabasco Factory tour, one thing just of note, as you're driving towards the Avery Island, you notice some hilltops, not real huge, but hilltops compared to what normally is flat in South Louisiana. So now we're entering Avery Island proper. Now there's a number of different stops within the Tabasco hot sauce tour. There's a museum, there's the pepper greenhouse, there's a barrel warehouse, and then you actually see where they staged the actual barrels full of Tabasco peppers and so forth. And I think they ferment them for about 3 years. And there's a couple other things that they have there. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we're not able to go to the bottling line. The final stop was a general store where Aaron tried to buy so much I might have to get a second job. And next up we did Jungle Gardens, which is just right around the corner. Jungle Gardens was pretty cool. It's not going to blow you away, but it's basically got some nice, beautiful flowers. It's got an archway that you can drive through. It has a Buddha statue in place. And it is tied into the McElhenney family. Now, after visiting Avery Island, which had the Tabasco Factory and Jungle Garden, we went over to Jefferson Island and Lake Peigneur. The two primary interests over on Jefferson Island, number one is the Rip Van Winkle Gardens. Second point of interest, if you heard me talk about Avery Island, and Jefferson Island's the same. There's 5 different ones in Louisiana, but it's basically what they call an island. It sits on top of a salt dome. So in 1980, when a company was drilling, punctured the top of that salt dome, which is the bottom of the lake, and a significant portion of the lake drained out into the salt dome below. You can spot a chimney sitting in the water, which is all that remains of a house that fell into the lake when 65 acres of land was lost to the lake. And after lunch, we made a tour of the Rip Van Winkle Garden and Joseph Jefferson's house. Now, Joseph Jefferson built a hunting lodge on Jefferson Island in 1870. The reason it's called Rip Van Winkle Garden is because Joseph Jefferson was an actor, and he played the part of Rip Van Winkle on stage over 4,500 times. Crazy. And this is where the island got its name, Jefferson Island. As you can see, this is a beautiful garden. And you may note that Avery Island, Jefferson Island, any of these 5 islands that have the salt domes under them, those salt domes have a tendency to push up or down. So you actually, normally the South Louisiana, of course, is very, very, very flat. There's actually hills all over that where the salt dome's pushing up on the land up above. Our final stop, we absolutely love to visit small towns, see what they have to offer. We did a little research, decided to go try out a restaurant in Abbeville called Riverfront, a Louisiana grill. Food was very good. We were pretty full from the late lunch at Jefferson Cafe, so we ordered off the appetizer menu. Was pleasantly surprised with the quality and quantity of the food. Overall, great experience. Would definitely go back if we were in that area. Now, Aaron and I both love old churches, so we decided to go through Lafayette and go by the Cathedral of St. John the Evangelist in Lafayette. Now, the church parish basically formed back in 1821, so this thing's been around a long time. The present church structure was built in 1916. It was elevated to the status of a cathedral in 1918. The giant live oak tree on the cathedral grounds, it's approximately 500 years old. So hey guys, thanks for joining me back over at Louisiana Simple Living again today. In this episode, we talked about making memories. My wife and I decided to go make some memories and went through the Tabasco Factory, Avery Island, Jefferson Island, some other areas. South Louisiana has such a culturally rich history to go and just enjoy places that are pretty near to you. You don't have to go all over the place. So if you follow my channel, you know that I put out a video once a week. It's been 3 weeks since I put it out. There's a good reason for that. Number one, we went and made these memories. Went down to Youngsville, spent the weekend, came back, was going to edit the video and try to get it out Sunday night. Peter died on me in the process, so I was not able to get it out. So toward the latter part of the week, we had Hurricane Ida coming in, so I had to go and help my mom and dad, Aaron's mom and dad, and try to get everything prepared for the hurricane coming in. Hurricane, of course, hit. The eye wall was supposed to go over us. It actually jogged over to the east a little bit. That was lucky for us. Unfortunately, it wasn't as lucky for a lot of people that was in the path of the storm. A lot of trees down. I had a lot of branches and things down, just minor damage, so could have been a lot worse. And then after the hurricane, I ended up having to go into work. So I've been working ever since the hurricane hit. Now I got a little time to try to put this video out and put it together. And remember, make memories now rather than later. Now go take a weekend trip down in South Louisiana with your significant other. Make memories now. And if you haven't subscribed as yet, please subscribe. Ring that notification bell and like the video. Feel free to share it. Good way to get people out enjoying the life. And as always, I will see you on the next video.